What's going on, y'all? K-Stu the GOAT once again for Venom Sports, and today we're going to be talking about Coach Gus Malzahn, Gustavo Malzahn. Now, see, here's the deal with Gus Malzahn. I think it just goes to show all of the success that can come with just being in the right place at the right time. I mean, he epitomizes that. I'm talking about timing just couldn't be more perfect for Gus. But I think that time is running out, though. I think the, riverboat gambler thing is really starting to run out. Now, don't get me wrong. He will be the eternal beneficiary of it. Gus Malzahn is coming to a whole lot of money because of just perfect timing. What was thought to be an innovative offense back years ago landed him a gig at Arkansas as the offensive coordinator. But guess what? When you get to Arkansas, you got good toys to play with. You got Felix Jones and Darren McFadden, who wouldn't be successful in a situation like that. Then the rolling of the dice continues as you roll into Auburn as an offensive coordinator. But who do you have at your disposal? You have the greatest, one of the greatest of all time, Cam Newton. It's pretty damn easy to come up with an offensive game plan when you have access to this type of talent. But it just goes to show, if you have the right people at the right place at the right time, people can see you as a bigger than life figure. But now that thing is really starting to fizzle out for Gus Malzahn and his current staff at Auburn. Things are not going to necessarily get better for Auburn. They may win a couple of more games and, sneak into the Birmingham Bowl. But when you look at this program and where they're headed long term, Gus Malzahn is really not going to be the guy that's going to be able to get Auburn to that next level. One reason why I don't think Gus is the guy, and it's not because I don't like Gus. I think he's a good coach considering his tenure, considering how he got there. He spent many years as a high school coach. So there's a certain culture that comes with being a high school coach that I would perceive is probably a little different than the college football ranks. Not a lot of pressure. Hey, you win. Win a state championship, great. You might have a big-time booster program. You might not. But I think he bought some of that casual, that, we can only go up from here mentality to the most competitive conference in sports, period, the SEC conference. He's brought that casual, we're young excuse every week, or we're going to get better every week. He brought that to the wrong place. Now, there are some conferences that, some stuff like that might work. But unfortunately, the SEC just isn't one of them. And he stumbled into arguably one of the most, a program that constantly has to seek validation, because you're competing against Alabama every single year. And you can't have these losses to these inexplicable losses to Tennessee and Mississippi State and struggling with Southern Miss and still have the confidence of your fan base and your boosters at large. Number two, he has to understand there's a lot of money, there's a lot of investment in the outcomes of these particular football games. It's a slap in the face for Auburn fans and alumni for you to continue the we will get better speech. That has just gotten to the point where it's just no longer acceptable. So, considering all things, when I really look back at Auburn and his ability to make, or his willingness to make adjustments, it takes me back to the SEC championship game last year. Kerryon Johnson was clearly not full steam and not going to be able to give the production that he had been able to give, which lets me know once again, once Gus finds a cash cow, that's all he's got. That's all he's got. Kerryon Johnson was what they roll with, because coming into that season, it was supposed to be Cameron Petway. Kerryon Johnson really wasn't the guy that they gave the bell to. But Kerryon Johnson came along. He started making some big plays. He started to show some consistency. And guess what happens under the Gus Malzahn offense? When you start to show some consistency, you're about to be a 40-carry guy. He's going to run you until he can't run you no more, because that's the only plays he's got. If you look at the run-pass option from Nick Marshall, Trey Mason would have an ungodly number of carries. Nick Marshall touched the ball an ungodly number of times for a quarterback because there was no other scheme. And because they were able to run the ball so successfully, it created these mythical passing lanes to throw to. If you have a secondary off balance, it's easy to create passing lanes, which is what they did. Same way with Cameron Newton, which is the reason why Cam Newton struggled so bad once he got into the NFL, is because these passing lanes aren't open in the same manner that they will be open in the run-pass option, especially if the run-pass option is, going pretty successful. Now, where does Auburn go from here? I just think they are a train wreck, honestly, a big time train wreck, and Gus is the engineer, and he will not make the adjustments. He will probably start Jarrett Stidham again inexplicably this week, and it will just continue to go downhill. Very good chance for them to lose to Ole Miss because the secondary is reeling. The defense is pretty much checked out. The coaching staff is all but checked out. They don't have any answers for these guys. It's just going to be a long rest of the season for the Auburn fan base. Once again, my name is Stuart V, a.k.a. K-Stu the GOAT. For Venom Sports, you all have an incredible day. Like, comment, subscribe. You all take it easy.